They have the NBA's best record, but have lost for several weeks one of the NBA's best players. Golden State without Kevin Durant taking on the Chicago Bulls. Marv Albert, Brent Barry, Kristen Ledlow will call it in just a few minutes from now. It's TNT NBA Tip-Off, presented by Auto Trader from Atlanta Studio J. Ernie Johnson, Shaq's here, Kenny's here, Chuckster is here. Well, let's dive right into this topic, shall we? Golden State without Kevin Durant. He's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. This is what happened Tuesday night, a minute into the game in Washington. Zaza Pachulia hits the floor and hits Durant on the left knee. MCL sprain, bone bruise in the left knee. It's a grade 2 out of 3. And so in 4 weeks, they will reevaluate Kevin Durant. By that time, it'll be the end of March. There will be about 8 games left in the regular season. So what's the approach now? What do we think? We're not doctors, but that's a long time to miss him at this point of the season when you're trying to protect the number 1 seed, et cetera. What's the impact on Golden State, Chuckster?
Well, a couple things. Number one, without Kevin Durant, they got 0 chance of winning the championship. Actually, with the addition the Cavaliers have made, they probably are the leader in the clubhouse. But without Kevin Durant, they got no chance of winning the championship.
0?
0. But let me tell you
why. Say 0?
Because they're not going to beat the Cavaliers without Kevin Durant. They're not going to beat. I wasn't even finished. If they don't have Kevin Durant, I don't even think they get out of the West. That's just my personal opinion. Like I say, I don't think they can beat the Cavaliers in a 7-game series. But without Kevin Durant, they do not even get out of the Western Conference.
Well, best case scenario, if he comes back, if in 4 weeks he's reevaluated and they say, you can start playing here late in the regular season, does Golden State hang on to the number 1 seed in the West over these next 4 weeks with San Antonio 3.5 behind him?
I think they do, because, they have a good track record of not losing 2 games in a row. And, their core 3 was the core 3 before Kevin Durant got there. Now they're just a big 4. And the funny thing about them is that, of course, when he's in the game, the offensive efficiency is up. But with Kevin Durant not being there, the defensive efficiency will be down. So they'll miss him on the defensive end. And, another thing about being injured, when you're out 4 weeks, you have to wait those 4 weeks to let it heal. Then you have to start rehab.
Getting in shape.
Yeah, you have to start getting in shape. And there's nothing you can do that emulates playing in the game. You can run with your boys. You can, have pickup games. You can go swimming. You can ride the bike 2 hours a day. It's not going to be the same as playing a game, especially going to the playoffs, because we all know when playoffs come around, the intensity turns up a little bit.
Well, they won 73 games without him. They're not like in dire straits. This team was stacked. They were over talented. They have too many people, too many bats, not enough basketballs at times. And this, to me, just puts these guys in their normal positions between Clay and Steph Curry. So I don't know if it's 0 chance that they won't win, but this is a 73-win team. And then Oklahoma City's not as good, obviously, because they don't have him. So the
Spurs and the Rockets are.
The Spurs and the Rockets, I still don't think the Rockets can outshoot this team.
Okay, let me just say.
That's all I'm saying. They won 73 games.
And let me tell you something. First of all, you're wrong.
They didn't win 73 games?
This team didn't. This team didn't.
You telling me?
No, hold on for 1 second. I'm going to explain to you.
Okay.
You guys said this team won 73 games.
Right.
No, they didn't. They didn't have Harrison Barnes. They didn't have Andrew Bogut. So this is not the same team that won 73 games. Like I say, yeah, they still got Clay and Steph and Draymond, but you can't sit here and say they won 73 games. Listen, they're going to miss Harrison Barnes now. They didn't miss him when they had Kevin Durant. Now they're going to miss Andrew Bogut because they don't have him. So this notion that this is the team that won 73 games, that's not even close to being true.
And they've added Matt Barnes. They signed him after Sacramento, let him go. Patrick McCaw's going to be
if they get in the fight, they'll be good to go.
Yeah. Meantime, okay, so that's Durant. Now, please tell me that this thing with JaVale McGee is over and done, and we're not going to see any more Twitter battles or any of this other stuff, and it's finished.
First of all, I never had a thing. Second of all, we've been doing Shaqtin' the Fool for 5 years. Everybody is on Shaqtin' the Fool. It's one of the funniest shows in the world. You mess up, you're on it, we do it. We don't pick on people. We don't try to ruin people's careers. If I was a player and I was so worried about being on Shaqtin' a Fool, I wouldn't mess up. Speaking of Shaqtin' a Fool.
But didn't it get out of hand,
No,
Shaq? When your mom has to step in and his mom is stepping in, didn't it go too far last week?
It didn't get out of hand, but my mother is someone who I love and respect, and she told me to stop it and don't bring it up again, so I'm not going to talk about it ever again. His name won't ever come out of my mouth ever again. But speaking of Shaqtin' a Fool, shout out to Otto Porter, because we used to ride him a lot too. What did he do? Work on his game, became the #1 3-point shooter in the league. Shout out to Otto Porter for not being sensitive.
Go ahead.
Well, Shaq, I'll say this. Firstly, I think, Shaqtin' a Fool is something I wait on every night. So let's start there. But, JaVale McGee has been on it, more than anyone else.
Yes.
But that doesn't make you a bad player. And if any general manager or any coach is not going to play their guy because they're on Shaqtin' a Fool, that guy's probably going to get fired next week if he's not going to sign JaVale McGee because of that. Now, when everything that you've done on this show to me was not out of pocket. It was inappropriate when y'all got into the Twitter beef. And I know that you
have beef.
No, but I know
last week.
I'm saying this. I know you better than anybody.
I know.
Shaq is a rapper.
Hey, I
so
tell you,
if you clap at him, he's clapping back. That's what it is.
Let me just finish up with this. I've been on this show a long time, and I'm biased because I got love for all of y'all. In all my years, and you said it, man, we just trying to have fun.
That's it.
This is nothing personal against JaVale McGee. I was disappointed that he overreacted. First of all, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. That's the first thing. Kevin Durant took it to another level. Shouldn't have. Steve Kerr did the same thing. Man, we're just trying to have fun on television. And then, listen, I love his mom. You protect your kid. You hear words like cyberbullying. I'm like, really? That's a little overboard. Then you hear I hear people say, well, Shaq's a cop. We can't have cops threatening people. It gets to the point, man, listen, we're on television from 8 o'clock to 2:30 in the morning. We're just trying to have fun.
Cop is not the first word that comes to mind when I think of you. Doctor.
First of all, ain't no police department in the world stupid enough to give you a gun and a taser.
Or a badge.
Or a badge.